voice AI technology is continuing to advance, how do you envision its impact on patients' engagement and empowerment in their own healthcare decisions?
So, voice really is the most natural way to communicate, right? So if you look at it from a data capture perspective, which is really at the core of, helping patients at the end of the day. If you look at the electronic medical record, the reason you have these is to improve clinical outcomes, right? So we see voice as an extremely powerful tool to actually document, but also, as we had shown in the presentation, there are many different areas like voice biomarkers, which could potentially, diagnose disease. Today it's working on several neurological diseases like Parkinson's, detection and things like that. So, but our core business is really focused in on the documentation side and really improving, EMR adoption through this. So there's a range of technologies, from the beginning of, like, say, for example, diagnosis, discharge summaries, and then, it moves into the ambulatory care side of things as well. So I think, today there's so much buzz around AI that, people are very excited to work with these technologies. But, us being in this industry for 22 years, as in the core clinical documentation industry, and then actually developing and being in the science of AI for the last sort of 10 years, we've got very specific applications which we go into hospitals and actually prove, a lot of the ROI and benefits. So I think, at the end of the day in healthcare, there may be buzz, but still, it takes time for things to actually come through properly. And, the fact that we've been able to get it across in, 20 countries is really testament to the fact that it's very easy to use, very user-friendly, and that's also core to our sort of design philosophy, is to make things very user-friendly. So a lot of the new generative AI technologies have the sort of, potential to sometimes hallucinate, right? So, more information might come in which is not actually useful. So I think, AI companies have to look at these things very carefully and put these checks and balances in, to really get the accuracy levels very high, and to ensure that, it really works as a co-pilot, right? And, it's something that is really benefiting and sort of nudging the physicians and patients and everyone to triage better, to do, things a lot faster and better. So Augnito is actually integrated into, 85 plus, clinical applications. So we have a lot of experience in that. Interoperability is really at the heart of healthcare. It's very important that systems are talking to each other, and that's something that we've got a lot of experience with. So we certainly, will move forward, with that. So I think today we showed a complete breakthrough, which is really our ambient technology. The reason why this is such a breakthrough is, in the past, with speech recognition, the doctor still had to dictate something out, right, which takes some time. But here it's actually something that's in there, it's just listening. And the AI is able to actually create the entire note automatically, right? So it really speeds up time. But, we see areas like voice biomarkers coming in. So you can imagine that information's being fed to the doctor, about the patient, whether they're anxious, whether they've got some disease. So I see, voice biomarkers coming up as a very interesting area. And it's all going to fit into this cycle of voice AI.